rythme. Compose étoile 189 dièse pour vérifier si tu es éligible. Ensuite, rendez-vous dans ton agence MTN pour en profiter. Alors, on fait quoi aujourd'hui?
Chez nous, vous reviendrez aussi parce que ça marche à l'électrique. Bâche Petroleum.
Petroleum recrute pour ses stations-service. 10 pompistes, 10 gérants de boutique, 10 techniciens de vidange, 10 graisseurs, 10 chefs de piste et des agents de sécurité. Les personnes intéressées doivent se présenter dans les locaux de Radio Audace à Douala, munis d'une copie de carte nationale d'identité, un curriculum vitae, une photo entière et une demande manuscrite. Radio Audace est située à Bonapriso, sur la rue Tokoto, immeuble en face de la croissanterie Bonjour, 2e étage, porte 6.
Petroleum is looking for the following positions for the need of its services: 10 pump attendants, 10 store managers, 10 emptying technicians, 10 greasers, 10 track leaders, and security guards. Interested persons must provide a national identity card, a curriculum vitae, and a full picture. The above-mentioned documents, as well as handwritten requests, must be submitted to the Audace Radio Building, located in Bonapriso, Douala, on Tokoto Street, opposite the grocery shop. Bonjour.
Voici Ibrahimovic est battu dans le domaine aérien par Aurélien Chedjou, 12e minute de jeu.
Je suis Aurélien Chedjou, faites comme moi. Écoutez Radio Audace, c'est sur 106.8 FM. Radio Audace. Je suis Henri Bédimo, faites comme moi, écoutez Radio Audace.
Amis sportifs, est-ce que vous êtes là? Bon après-midi à toutes et à tous et bienvenue. Hello there, listeners of Radio Audace. Welcome to joining me on board your program, Club Audace. For of course, we are going to be talking about football and handball in today's edition of the program. Don't tell me if I'm muscle, but we've got you covered in today's edition. At the audio console this afternoon, he is Frank Mona. Derrière le micro, je suis Henri Wana. All right, Just to say, in the course of today's edition of the program, we shall be having Fields Inject, who happens to be responsable de communication de FECA handball. He shall be joining us on the line to Yaoundé to discuss at length about the latest developments when it comes to handball in Cameroon. Franck Mouna, qu'est-ce que tu nous proposes à faire cet après-midi? On remettait le compte à 0.
Le sport comme vous aimez, c'est sur Radio Audace.
It can only be on Radio Audace, ladies and gentlemen. Let's begin talking about the ongoing Easter Cup, whereby the 9th edition of the Easter Cup Patricia Betelo in Douala has concluded its group stages, and the under-17 Lions of Cameroon have been shown the exit. A series of challenging matches to their early from the team's cup began on a sour to a heavy fight. Hopes of redemption, little and too late. Off camera, head pressed that the competition also eliminated in the group stages, managing only a single point from a draw and 2 defeats. Newcomer Anafoot at the Easter Cup with 3 points to advance. 2 defeats Egley on their path. In their debut, the men overcame opponents and Column. He remains optimistic against best stars to qualify for the semi-finals. Of this year's East Sportive. It has been a tournament this year. It can only about the ongoing Easter Cup. He fought by securing a goalless draw against the formidable Best Stars of Limbe on the opening day. On the second day, the team triumphed over Colomb, courtesy of a 28-minute strike from Captain Fonku facing Anafoot. The Menua squad maintained their defensive stronghold, clinching through 2-0 victory as Seye Fonku Ulrich initiated the scoring with a penalty, followed by Pokemon Cliff sealing the win. Egley stands alone as the only team to have clinched 2 victories in the group phase. In response to this feat, Coach Charlene credited the team's success to collective effort and camaraderie. And I quote, "The elation is overwhelming and beyond words. Contrary to many expectations, we had delivered," she expressed. End of quote. "I am assured everyone of a strong performance and surprises at the press conference, and we have consistently delivered just that." She continues, "The level of competition is intense, with every team arriving well prepared. However, it's our distinctive that set us apart. Our secret lies in our unity. We focus on the mental fortitude of our players and foster a familiar bond. When united, I see no force that can halt our progress," she concluded. Coach Charlene has been in charge of Egley's youth team for a while now. The former player found interest in coaching post her playing career. Egley is set to continue their journey in the semi-finals this Thursday, facing Union Sportive of Abombang at the University Stadium in Douala.
Le sport comme vous aimez, c'est sur Radio Audace.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's continue talking about football, whereby we shall be having this week, that will be tomorrow, the start of the weekend. We shall be having playoffs of games that have been programmed in stadiums across the national territory. That is in Pool A, Pool B, Pool B, and of course, just to say that the playoffs up, playoffs down. That's in the Elite 2 Championship. We had matches that were played yesterday. And of course, it was Fonso Street of Bamenda that humiliated Yafoot FC by 4 goals to nothing. We equally have Aisosa of Limbe that defeated Unisport Bafang by 2 goals to nothing. That the 2 games were played at Stade Municipal de Bafang. Still yesterday, we had Renaissance Dongomu that trashed Leopard Sportif of Douala by 2 goals to nothing. We equally had ASFAP that defeated Rangers of Bafut 2 goals to 1. Now, let's take a look at the matches played ongoing today. This afternoon, we have playoffs up. We have Bafang of United taking on Racing of Bafusam at 1:30. It started at 1:30. And of course, at 3:30 p.m., we shall be having Panthers Sportif to take on Jiko FC of Banjum. That will be at Mba Menzi Stadium in Bafoussam. And still today, Tone Kalara Club of Yaoundé is locking horns with a Dingspo of the Lake at 3:30 p.m. Aigle of the Mongo shall take on Dragon of Yaoundé at Stade Municipal de Bouda. Playoffs down. We shall be having this afternoon already ongoing. Stade Omisport de Yaoundé. Number 1, Aigle Royal is taking on Apejoson Full. That is all started at 2 p.m. And of course, Bambutus of Buddha will be taking on Avril Academy at 4 p.m. Start next to Lembe. We shall be having at 2 p.m. That's at 4 p.m. rather. Les Astres to take on 5th Azul. Tomorrow, Friday, at exactly 2 p.m., we shall be having Fuvuro Baham to lock on with P. Tonton Bamenda. And of course, at 4 p.m., Union Sportif of Douala is going to wrestle with AS Fortuna at 4 p.m. Now, let's come to Douala, whereby playoffs up. We shall be having tomorrow at the start de Mbapelepe at 14. Dinamo Douala shall be taking on Stade Ronaldo of Melon. At 4 p.m., Victoria United is going to toss the coin with Kotoswar of Garwa. Still tomorrow, Friday, at Stade Omisport or Stade annex to Bonamusadi. 14. Gazelle F. Edugarwa va jouer contre Colombe de Dja et Lobo. Et à 16h, Young Sport Academy va jouer contre Canon Sportif de Yaoundé.
Le sport comme vous aimez, c'est sur Radio Audace.
And of course, this press release coming in from Dynamo of Douala, Bonba Job, they are rubbishing our social media allegation, which of course has been announcing or propagating a message that the head trainer, Yves Clement Aroga, has thrown the towel or he has kissed the team goodbye. They are saying that Yves Clement Aroga is still the head trainer of Dynamo of Douala, contrary to social media claims that if Clement Aroga, alongside other 3 technical staff, have decided to kiss goodbye to Bonba Job. So for now, take it from me, or you leave it, that it is being signed by Mr. Alphonse Bea, who is the president of Bonba Job, Dynamo of Douala, that if Clement Aroga stays as the head trainer of Dynamo of Douala. It's true, the result has not been positive, has not been as flourishing as they have expected, but then it doesn't mean that if Clement Aroga has been shown the exit door, so he stays while hoping that things get better as the days are unfolding.
Le sport comme vous aimez, c'est sur Radio Audace.
And of course, still in football, the Secretary General of the Southwest Regional League of Fecafoot announced that matches counting for the second phase preliminary round, a Cup of Cameroon, will take place according to the following fixtures. Today, Thursday, in April 11, 2024, in the town of Kumba, Greentown, at the GPS, that's Government Primary School Field, we shall be having Legend Football Club or Football Academy is currently playing against Future Dreams Football Academy. At 3:30 p.m. in the same soccer arena in Kumba City, we shall be having Kumba City Football Club to take on Bright Stars Football Club. That will be at 3:30 p.m. And of course, on Saturday, April 13, at Boya at 11 a.m., we shall be having Talented Sport Academy to take on Al Jazeera Sport Academy. And of course, still in Boya at 2 p.m., we shall have a Synodef of Boya to take on Bestas Academy of Lime at the Moliko Mismo Stadium. And still in Boya, we shall be on at 4 p.m. Tico United, Tico United Football Club shall take on Fako United. It is being signed by Mr. Agba Bisson Joseph.
Le sport comme vous aimez, c'est sur Radio Audace.
It can only be on Radio Audace, ladies and gentlemen, just to say here that the newly appointed technical staff of the Indomitable Lions of Cameroon, that is Mark Breeze and his entire État-Major, landed in Douala last evening. Their mission in Douala is to take the stock on just how ready or how acclimatized Douala is to host the Indomitable Lions of Cameroon when the roll call shall be launched, for them to come training in Douala. Now, remember that it is his very first encounter on African soil. It was an opportunity for him and his entire État-Major to come to Douala, to visit the airport, to visit hospitals, to visit the different stadiums, to get to understand just how ready Douala is. He was never aware, so it is important for him to be presented that this is Douala for you. If you are told while in Belgium, you have been reading on the newspaper or on the social media that Douala has done that, Douala has done this, this is the true reality of Douala, right? Douala is the town of the good, the bad, and the ugly. That's what we roll. And of course, this time around, he's going to be telling us just what has been his sentiment this far after visiting the city of Douala, though his mission is still to end, because tomorrow he shall be at Bonamusadi to assist in the game, pitting Victoria United against. Should I continue or I should stop? Take a listen to him, then we shall talk later.
Function as the head coach of the Indomitable Lions of Cameroon.
Poser la question, ne soyez pas long.
No, c'est bien. I think it's very simple. We want to have the best location for to have the best result for the country, for the players. And that's why we're looking. We're very objective. We always go to in the details, and at the end we make every stadium has its strong points and is a little bit weaker points. So we have to balance, which is the best one more time for the country.
So after visiting, what's your impression after visiting some of these stadiums?
Well, these are things I talked with the person who will guide me. So it's confidential, I don't have to talk about it, but everybody knows how I think about it. I'm very open in these things, I don't have to hide. And what I can say, if I have to say something, the field is rather good. So it's sometimes a problem in other stadiums, and here I have to say it's much better.
Ok, coach, de tous les grands structures que vous avez disposées, quelle est l'infrastructure qui vous a le plus intéressé?
Pour le moment, chaque, je pense, on a vu, c'est le 5e. Pour le moment, il n'y a pas un stade que je dis jamais. Il n'y a pas un stade que je dis oui. C'est le cas. Comme je dis, il y a toujours des choses qui sont bien et dans le faveur. Il y a toujours dans chaque stade aussi des choses qu'on veut. Parfois, ce sont des détails. Et c'est à nous de balancer quel est le mieux, pas pour moi, mais surtout pour les joueurs, pour jouer un bon match, que tout le pays est content.
Coach, quel est le sens que vous donnez à cette visite des stades quand vous arrivez à voir? Est-ce que c'est fondamental ou c'est juste pour rendre contact pour un premier jet?
Non, c'est pas possible. J'ai pas le temps de visiter n'importe quoi. Alors c'est bien réglé. On doit choisir des choses parce qu'on n'a pas de temps. Et tu sais, je suis juste entraîneur. Et à peu près 5-6 semaines plus tard, il y a 1 et 2 matchs très importants. Alors j'ai pas de temps pour donner des visites pour boire un café. Je suis ici pour prendre le choix où va manger. C'est ça. On a vu 5 stades. Tout est noté par mon assistant. On va évaluer ça. On va parler avec notre.
Le sport comme vous aimez, c'est sur Radio Audace.
Very important, ladies and gentlemen, we just got it all clearly from the new head trainer of the Indomitable of Cameroon. That is Monsieur Marc Brice, alongside his entire technical staff who are in Douala to take the pulse on how Douala is faring in the world of soccer. And of course, they shall be spending perhaps spending close to 3 days in the city of Douala to get to understand just how ready Douala is, and maybe to scout for local players. For of course, whenever Coach Bisson Ashu is around, he always likes to identify local players. So this is Club Audace, ladies and gentlemen, and of course we continue telling about stories animating Cameroon and beyond. At this point in time, let's talk about handball. In a disheartening turn of events, the Cameroon Handball Federation, FECAHAN, has confirmed that Cameroon's handball lionesses will not compete in the Olympic qualifiers in Debrecen, Hungary. The president of the federation, Abba Umati, released a detailed statement on Wednesday, shedding light on the bureaucratic challenges that led to this outcome. He explained that despite exhaustive efforts by FECAHAN and the state of Cameroon to facilitate the team's participation, they encountered unresponsive behavior from the German consulate, which was responsible for processing their visa applications. The federation sought assistance from the International Handball Federation and the president of the African Handball Confederation, which resulted in a disappointment. However, the team was denied entry to the consulate on the grounds of lacking on insurance certificate, a claim disputed by FECAHAN as the documents were readily available. Further intervention by the Cameroonian government yielded another disappointment, but the time lost in these proceedings made it impossible for the team to reach the competition venue timely. Consequently, the team had to withdraw, allowing Great Britain to take their place. This setback occurred despite the Ministry of Sport and Physical Education's proactive measures, including the validation of the team's participation, budget approval, and a letter of recommendation to the consulate. FECAHAN has expressed its gratitude towards the government, IHF, and CAP for their support and acknowledges the collective disappointment over the missed opportunity to compete in the qualifiers for the Paris 2024 Olympic Games. Cameroon qualified for the handball Olympic qualifiers by being the runner-up at the African Women's Qualification Tournament. The final tournament for handball at the Olympics will feature 12 teams. As for the other African countries, Angola has qualified for the women's handball events at the Paris 2024 Olympics as the winner of the African Women's Qualification Tournament. In the men's category, Egypt secured its place as the African champion. And of course, I'm being joined on the line to Yaoundé by Fils Injek. Bon après-midi, Fils Injek.
Bon après-midi, André Wana. Bon après-midi aux millions et milliers d'auditeurs de la radio Audace et merci de l'amitié que vous nous faites. Vous faites à la Fédération camerounaise de handball et surtout à ma modeste personne.
Bien sûr, c'est notre travail. OK. Fils Injek, dites-nous un peu, vous êtes responsable de la communication à FECAHAN. Hier, les réseaux sociaux étaient sous feu. Parce que le Cameroun a perdu
Speak in English, not a problem, my dear.
All right.
Speak in English.
With your permission.
When you have a problem to speak in French, okay?
All right. Now,
I'm explaining in French.
Yesterday, the social media was on fire because many were criticizing the federation for not doing the needful to enable the participation of Cameroon at the qualifiers for the Olympic Games in France. Tell us more about this story. What actually happened?
Oui, mais je crois que vous, comme nous, vous faites déjà bien de venir à la source pour avoir la bonne information. Nous nous sommes rendus à l'évidence, véritablement, que les Camerounais avaient un amour pour cette discipline qu'est le handball et surtout pour la non-participation du Cameroun à cette compétition-là. Mais il faut dire les raisons sont évidentes. C'est qu'on n'a pas pu obtenir le précieux sésame qui est le visa pour se rendre du côté de la Hongrie, sachant que la Hongrie n'ayant pas de représentation au Cameroun, de concert avec le ministère des Sports, avec le ministère des Relations extérieures, la FECAHAN, l'IHF, la CAP, initialement prévu pour aller à l'ambassade de la Hongrie au Nigeria. Finalement, l'IHF a obtenu un rendez-vous qui était lundi dernier au consulat d'Allemagne ici au Cameroun pour que on puisse prendre des visas au consulat d'Allemagne au Cameroun et se rendre du côté de la Hongrie. Mais Quelques péripéties finalement font en sorte qu'on on a été reçu et même reparti comme ça de l'ambassade sans ce précieux César, malgré la pression faite par les différents ministères cités précédemment. On a pu obtenir un deuxième rendez-vous express le mercredi, mais malheureusement le mercredi tombait. C'était hier, jour de la fête du Ramadan. Donc, vous comme nous, vous savez que le jour férié, on ne travaille pas au Cameroun. Notamment, on se retrouvait dans cette situation qui est malheureuse. Le Cameroun ne prendra pas part. Mais maintenant, il était question parce que la compétition, les organisateurs ont déjà pris les engagements avec les sponsors, les annonceurs, les chaînes de télévision. Il fallait payer pratiquement 1000 francs suisses subdivisés en deux phases. Le Cameroun, ça devait se diviser pour 500 francs suisses pour le Cameroun et 500 francs suisses pour l'IHF. Au final, l'IHF a vu juste de nous remplacer pour éviter évidemment que cette ardoise et que les suspensions suivent derrière. Donc aujourd'hui, on parle des remplacements. On ne parle pas de forfait. Donc voilà un peu grosso modo la situation, voilà ce qui s'est véritablement passé.
Okay, mais Fils Jack, there are other thought that they denied Cameroon visa because 3 or 4 of our athletes last time disappeared in thin air. Can you please tell us if at all you got that at your own level? Perhaps, according to the rumor, they are saying that they were scared that maybe when these athletes get to Hungary, they might equally disappear again.
Oui, mais bon, moi je crois que ça c'est pour ceux qui veulent pousser la réflexion un peu plus loin. Comme vous savez, on a été au championnat du monde à Leipzig en 2017, on a perdu 4 filles, on a été en Espagne en 2021, on a perdu 4 filles par là aussi. Dernièrement, on était au championnat du monde, on a perdu pratiquement 2 filles. Donc on a réussi même ce ratio. Ça c'est pour ceux qui estiment que c'est peut-être par rapport à ça que l'ambassade d'Allemagne ne nous a pas donné, le consulat d'Allemagne ne nous a pas donné les visas. Mais c'est malheureux Henry, parce que comme on dit le plus souvent, la première option est la meilleure. Au niveau de la fédération, on n'avait plus l'option de se rendre où il y a une véritable représentation de ces pays, à savoir la Hongrie, mais c'est eux, après la diplomatie faite par l'IHF et la Hongrie, qui ont décidé de nous recevoir. Parce que vous savez aujourd'hui, pour quelqu'un qui demande d'anticiper, pour demander un rendez-vous à l'ambassade d'Allemagne, c'est minimum 6 mois. Et il y a 6 mois, on n'était pas qualifié pour cette compétition. Donc vous voyez, de plus, le visa Schengen se prend en présentiel parce que vous devez laisser vos empreintes avant qu'on ne boucle le dossier. Donc c'est difficile. Vous avez vu, on a des joueuses qui évoluent un peu de partout dans le monde qu'on a fait revenir pour que toute la délégation parte ensemble du Cameroun pour la compétition. Donc véritablement, il y a des choses qui ne pouvaient pas se faire avant. Et vous savez aussi, avec des joueuses professionnelles, c'est une période actuellement IHF. C'est pour ça que l'IHF a profité de cette fenêtre. Parce que là, les pays, les États ont l'autorité qui peuvent récupérer leurs joueuses. Donc, d'aucuns qui vont se poser la question, pourquoi maintenant? Voilà quelques raisons comme ça, d'une manière ramassée, que je donne. Mais c'est véritablement regrettable. Il y a le férié qui est venu derrière. Et de l'autre côté, comme je le disais tantôt, véritablement, ils n'ont pas eu la volonté, peut-être. C'est par rapport à ce que vous avez expliqué tout à l'heure, je ne sais pas. Je ne vais pas m'aventurer sur ce terrain, mais c'est véritablement regrettable. Donc, ici, j'ai vu sur la toile a été embrasée où le ministère a abandonné la fédération camerounaise de handball et tout. Moi, je crois que c'est un faux débat. C'est un faux débat parce que tout ce qu'on a eu besoin comme documentation, le ministre, les ordres de mission, la liste de la délégation et même les moyens pour prendre part à la compétition étaient mis à l'endroit de la Fédération camerounaise de handball pour prendre part, parce que c'était la première fois qu'un pays africain prenait part au tournoi intercontinental des Jeux Olympiques. Donc, ce n'était qu'un honneur parce que ça va rentrer à l'actif du ministère des Sports pour que, en repartant, on disait, dans leur actif, ils parleront de cette participation du Cameroun. Donc, voilà un peu. Moi, je crois que, est-ce qu'on a été peut-être un peu malchanceux? Est-ce que la nature n'a pas voulu qu'on soit là? Véritablement, c'est regrettable qu'on ne soit pas là, mais je peux vous rassurer ici que hier le président Abba Oumaté, au moment où vous me parlez, je suis à la Fédération camerounaise de handball parce que vous savez, c'est une crise qu'il faut gérer. Le président Abba Oumaté a réuni les filles hier. Il a essayé de discuter avec elles pour d'aucune. Elles sont en train de reprendre la direction des clubs parce qu'il faut repartir aussitôt pour attaquer, que ce soit au niveau de l'Afrique ou encore, par exemple, la capitaine qui joue du côté de la Turquie qui est pratiquement en fin de championnat. Donc, moi, je crois que voilà un peu grosso modo la situation dans laquelle nous sommes plongés aujourd'hui. Rien à voir véritablement avec le ministère. On a été buté par ce dont je disais tantôt. C'est regrettable, c'est véritablement difficile, mais c'est la réalité de chez nous. On nous prend toujours comme des primitifs.
But then, if Fils Inject, tell me something. At this point in time, since Cameroon was unable to take part, despite effort made by the government and the federation, can Cameroon in any way be punished by the International Federation?
Oui, donc c'est pour ça qu'ici, on ne parle pas de forfait, je l'ai dit précédemment. On parle plus de remplacement. Donc, je crois que l'IHF a voulu anticiper, je le disais tantôt, qu'on était véritable sur une phase où on devait normalement payer 1000 francs suisses. Finalement, ils ont trouvé un palliatif, donc pas de remplacement. Donc, je crois qu'on devait être suspendu pour les prochaines compétitions. On devait payer une amende pécuniaire. Mais au regard de la situation, je crois que avec ce mot de remplacement, finalement, on s'attend à ce que l'IHF va dire, mais je crois qu'ils ont pu anticiper en mettant la Grande-Bretagne à la place du Cameroun et aujourd'hui parler, parce qu'on a été, permanemment en contact avec eux, on a échangé, connaissait la situation qu'on vivait. Donc, en parlant de sanctions à l'endroit du Cameroun, ça peut être peut-être la mauvaise foi.
Mais en face de ce genre de situation, à qui la faute alors?
On ne peut pas dire à qui la faute parce que, je prends le cas, nous ne sommes pas une ambassade. Pour les ambassades, on leur dit c'est coutume, ils ont leur fonctionnement. Ils ont peut-être parfois un quota de visas qu'ils doivent délivrer par mois. Donc, on n'a pas eu le visa. On a essayé de faire ce qui était à notre niveau. L'État du Cameroun a essayé de faire ce que il pouvait faire. Donc, voilà un peu. Donc, par rapport à cette situation, c'est regrettable. Mais on ne peut pas renvoyer la faute à quelqu'un.
OK. All right, thank you very much, Fils Inject, for clearing the air about the current situation that is animating FECAHAN, or the Federation of Handball, contrary to what we have been seeing on the social media about the situation of our handball lionesses. Thank you very much, Fils Inject. Peut-être un dernier mot pour notre auditeur de Radio Audace.
Oui, pour le dernier mot, je vais simplement dire merci à Radio Audace pour sa promptitude à venir à la source pour la bonne information. Bien de choses à vous, bien de choses à vos auditeurs et merci encore de l'amitié que vous faites à la Fédération camerounaise de handball.
All right, thank you very much. And of course, that was Fils Inject talking about handball. You must understand, before the start of it, I told you that Cameroon lost a participation ticket for this year's Olympic Games in Paris, France. Now, where do we go from? This is the problem, like many have been talking, that is the Federation of Sport and Physical Education that did not do its job. But then, I should say, the communication head of the Cameroon, of the
Le sport comme vous aimez, c'est sur Radio Audace.
And of course, like I was saying, that was the communication head of the Cameroon Handball Federation, Fils Inject, clearing the air, talking about the stride made by the Cameroon Federation of Handball and the Ministry of Sport and Physical Education. Contrary to the rumors that have been ongoing, that has been animating the social media, that the Ministry of Sport decided to abandon handball. Well, we hope that next time things will be done the right way. Another rumor, which of course was animating, like we heard from Fils Inject responding, they were saying that it's not the fact that Cameroonians disappeared. Last time around, 4 of our athletes decided to run away from their camp. Till date, no one can tell wherever they are. And this is an issue where the International Federation is struggling to correct, so that when teams come to the respective countries to represent their nation, they should not disappear. Whenever they have the opportunity, they should be able to retire to their respective countries after the tournament. But they realized that during last year's participation, Team Cameroon fell short of its participation glory because 4 of our players disappeared in thin air. Perhaps that was what they were thinking to correct today. But was that the best solution? We don't want to get into it. Why the visa was denied to Cameroonian delegation. Then we hope that things will definitely get better and Cameroon will not be punished. Because if it happens that the fault was coming from Cameroon and the government, then Cameroon will be punished in future competitions. But if not Cameroon the fault and its other bureaucratic issues, then Cameroon will have their chance to play in next year's tournament. So we are going this time around to talk about other issues animating the world of sport. But in a moment, I shall be back.
Le sport comme vous aimez, c'est sur Radio Audace.
Permit me remind you all, just joining us, that you are live on your program Club Audace this Thursday, which of course it is the 11th day of the month of April 2024. And permit me take on this little story that the Copper Queens of Zambia are set to make a triumphant return to the Olympic stage at the Paris 2024. Their qualification came after a nail-beating match against Morocco on Tuesday, which concluded on a 2-0 victory for Zambia, tipping aggregate score in their favor of 3-2. The match commenced with palpable tension as both teams vied for early control. Despite numerous attempts, the deadlock remained unbroken for the majority of their first half. It was Zambia's forward, Barbara Banda, who break the ice in the 13 minutes of play, propelling her team ahead with a decisive goal. Morocco, not to be outdone, dominated the second half with a series of aggressive on-goal shots. However, their efforts were in vain as they struggled to find the back of the net on several occasions, but then it was futile. The match seemed destined for a draw until extra time provided Zambia with a golden opportunity. A penalty awarded to the Copper Queens saw Banda, the team captain, once again rise to the occasion, scoring her second goal and cementing Zambia's victory. This win is particularly sweet for Zambia as it reverses the outcome of the first leg of the qualifiers, where Morocco had taken an early lead to a 2-1 win. They returned to this stage after their experience in Tokyo. Despite failing to advance past the group stages of the competition, they left a mark with their spirited performances and are now ready to take on the world stage again. Good afternoon, Lucas Tene, and welcome to joining me on board.
Good evening. Good evening to the technician and good evening to all the program.
Very important, Lucas. Tomorrow we shall be having big games in Douala as far as the ongoing playoffs is concerned. But let me begin asking you, what could be your analysis after 5 playing days in the ongoing playoffs in the pool of Douala?
Yeah, I think that my analysis is that young sport academy of Bamenda is the top. Maybe we need the young sport academy of Bamenda And if I would talk about how the championship of Cameroon, that this is the first time that Cameroon have had many top scorers. We have Rismonji, we have Kachi, we have among the there. These are that implemented by in Cameroon and to make the city the ground of their talent. And I will not be surprised, as I've said, that Colon or Young Sport at any Bamenda can win the championship.
All right. Looking at the fanfare in the stadia so far, are you very convinced? Are you very more satisfied that the playoffs is generating plenty of steam so far?
Yes, the playoffs generate I have a disappointment at everyone in the fact of referee. You know, referees in Cameroon, they have that to have anti you know, it's what want to gain the championship in not on the field, but by being represented by the three.
Okay, let's talk about the referees. So far, 5 playing days gone already. We shall be having day 6 beginning tomorrow. Tell us, has the men in black, which of course...
Maybe tomorrow they will change their mind because, as you see, but I don't see them changing their mind because Opopo has now and the first team that 10 points. Another pieces of the referee. You will see maybe they will go to block Young Sport at Bamenda and favor or Victoria United to win the game and to win the championship. And one of my, I can approve and I can complete the fact the 4 matches of tomorrow program.
Douala, looking at the pool matches to be played in Bonamusadi as well as in Aqua in the Bapele Stadium.
Right.
Yeah, right. Tell us where does your heart beat? What do you foresee in tomorrow's games?
I did a question. It's close to my house and it's not far from where I live. And you know, one of the key of marketing is to put the product close to the consumer. And I'm the consumer of football. I cannot leave Bonamutadi always close to my house to go to Bapility. It's far. I know you cannot do that in Tawana.
Yeah. So tell me, when you look at the games of tomorrow, the 4 games, the stakes are high. At this point in time, no one wants to be left behind. Yes, Young Sport Academy of Bamenda is leading and is hoping to continue the same winning momentum right up to the last day. If we're given an opportunity to discuss with the technical staff of the different teams regarding the games of tomorrow, counting for day 6, what could be your message?
Yes, the game of tomorrow, I think Young Sport Academy of Bamenda will, if the referees are sincere, I hope Young Sport Academy of Bamenda will win the game. I will not thank them because there's one other day to play. And cannot proceed on their own day at only 1 point, and it is not quite. Well, we can say that they don't have anything to gain or nothing to lose again. The only thing that what they are fighting for is their honor, because at times it's just now they have not yet won a single game in this tournament. And even Dynamo, one of the disappointment of the championship, has not yet won a single game. But they kept growing, and maybe tomorrow they will try to win the first game of their lives in this playoff up.
At least looking at Dynamo of Douala coming in from a 1-1 draw game, Standard of Melon coming in from a defeat. Tomorrow at 2 p.m. it tells us that it's going to be a very tight game because Dynamo is still to pick up her first win since the start of this playoff.
Dynamo, one of the surprise. I told you one of the surprise is Dynamo because there was a threat. There was a threat of the group during the first step of the tournament that when they arrive in this playoff, they cannot win a single game, and the coach resigned because he said there are match allowances that has not been paid. There are salaries that has not been paid. That has not been paid, and the manager of the club has made another announcement. This is to say that what is doing straight and he's not telling the truth. But I don't even know if there is a serenity in that club, because many you see when there's a management, you will see that there are certain players that go with the management of the coach, and when the coach is not there, maybe they will be sad, and it will be difficult for them to have disappointment. But I think tomorrow Dynamo will make all an effort to win the first match of this tournament, even though it is only 2 games left. But they know, even you, Mr. Wana, you know that the title is far away from Dynamo this year. They will fight next year to win it.
Though they will fight, but then they need to fight to the last end, to the last blood for glory, because Stade of Melon 2 is a no-nonsense side. Though they were defeated by Gazelle of Garua 2-1, and this time around they are coming up hoping that they need to fight and continue to fight in the hands of David Pago as head trainer of that particular team.
I'm not getting.
I'm saying that they need to continue fighting, given that Stade of Melon is coming from a defeat against Gazelle of Garua. They need to fight for glory, just like Dynamo of Douala.
Yes, they need to fight. They need to fight for their left column, and at the end column came and equalized the game, and the column to score another goal. The goal was scored by Lady Batum, and the referee counted the goal. Up to now, we don't know why, and one, as I have said before, one of the issue of this playoff is the decision. There is no match since the third day of play. There's no match in this tournament that the referees are not coming out with not being the stars of the game. The referees in this tournament are the stars. They don't talk of Douala. We see Douala. They don't talk of Gong Midil. They don't talk of Sindo. They don't talk of Batum. But at all the games, we talk of Matthew and we talk of many other referees. But maybe tomorrow, as I've said, Dynamo will try to win the first game of the playoff of this year.
The big game of the day will be Victoria United against Kotosoro Garua. Victoria United fresh from a 3-0 victory against Kotosoro Garua tomorrow at 4 p.m. It's going to be the most anticipated match.
This Kotosoro Garua, maybe they do not succeed for their recruitment. Garua cannot. It's difficult for the defense. And Bassane used the opportunity to do this because he has inside. But tomorrow we see another place of enjoyment. See all the games of Cotton for the Garua team that they have won. It is only an goalkeeper error that they young sport at any moment. In one. Himself to save from many actions. But Opopo, we can see players such as
from a 2-1 defeat, 2-1 victory. Come again.
Please remind me the opponent.
The head.
Maybe the Gazette an academy, and they are made after the that following.
All right, Lucas, you are not going to take a commercial break, and we shall be back, please.
Le Camerounais, toute sa grandeur. Du foot. On fait quoi aujourd'hui?
Column sportive of dialogue. canons will
Bad Petroleum is looking at conditions for the need 10 emptying technicians, 10 greasers, 10 and security guard. By national identity card, invité and a full picture.
Recrute pour ses stations-service. 10 pompistes. Voilà. De carte nationale d'identité, un curriculum vitae, manuscrite. De la Croissanterie, bonjour, 2e étage, porte 6.
Work in the economic capital, and of course, even so, it's a chilly day with them, and of course, at this point in time, let's talk about participation of the Cameroon handball team qualifiers for the Olympic Games to be staged in France. How do you?
Yes, it was a decision administration. I don't know for them to participate. Cannot be true because they and Cameroon all the you will tell story that and come there and to be qualified. When they do fight students to our black and to because I will forget the situation of adventure.
But then, before we go to the right way to disappear whenever they get an opportunity.
Our sport doing the 100 meter live from new cities. They will go to the that it will pay for the coach and maybe when they more they will give him 100. That's why when there's an opportunity.
All right, now this is where we find ourselves for this great.
I was on the run because I was on the bike, and I here in Aqua you can feel the sound of the storm.
Exactly.
I have
see you tomorrow.
Okay.
All right, that was look. We should be back in a moment. For Coach Jules